Welcome, welcome to the Mind Fog Podcast. Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for taking time out to hang out with me. I am uber grateful you're here. My name is Wanu Aleshe. And sometimes I do go by Amazing Soul. welcome, my friend. FCK stands for Fun, Compassion, and Kindness. And on the Mindfuck podcast, what we essentially talk about is never system regulation, how to start to feel safe in our bodies without overthinking. I'm actually enjoy being here. Um, Also creating trust between our brains and our bodies and starting to remember parts of ourselves that we may have forgotten along our journey. Now, before we start the actual show, we do have like a mini tradition where I read a list that I titled Reminders to Being Human. Now, the intention of reading that list on the show is to remind myself, but also in the hopes to remind you, my friend, on your journey. All right. Reminders to being human. Have fun along the journey. Show yourself compassion. Be kind to others. Being complex and being simple can hold true in the same breath. Stay curious. Hold space for pauses. Hold space for not knowing. Never underestimate the power of silence. Nature has a lot of wisdom. Pay attention. There is power in we than I. If nothing else makes sense, come back to love. Pain is our greatest teacher. And the very last one, never underestimate your ripple of existence. Yay! Welcome again, my friend. Now let's get into the fun part of the show. All right. I want you to picture something very simple. It's a regular day, nothing dramatic. You're sitting on your bed or maybe at your desk at work, and your phone is right next to you. And there's one thing you said you're going to do today, right? You told yourself that, just one. You told yourself that you might either send that email, you will try and fold that laundry, you will try and reply to that message, you will try and start that one task you've been thinking about all morning, right? And you don't do it. Not because you don't know how, not because you don't care, but because something in your body just pauses like an invisible resistance. And what's interesting is this. From the outside, looking in, the task looks so simple. If someone else looked at your life in that moment, they'll probably think, why don't you just do it? I mean, it's only going to take you like 5 minutes, right? But inside your body, it doesn't feel like 5 minutes. Inside your body, it feels heavy. Inside your body, it feels like effort. Inside your body, it feels like you have to literally push yourself into it. I want to talk to you about that moment today on the podcast. It's not the big procrastination, it's not the obvious avoidance, but the quiet, everyday kind. That kind that shows up in very small tasks, but slowly starts affecting how you see yourself. Because I've been there in my own personal life so many times. I remember one very specific morning, I woke up, I reached for my phone, scrolled a little, nothing unusual. And I literally remember telling myself, okay, today I'm going to respond to this one email. That's it. One email. I even opened my laptop and the email was right there. All I had to do was type a few sentences. And yet I sat there looking at the screen, reading the email over and over, opening another tab, checking something random, going back to the email, and then closing my laptop. And I remember sitting there thinking to myself, damn, what is really wrong with me right now? It's literally one email, Wanu. And that question, what is wrong with me? That's where most of us go. And I did too, for a long time on my journey. What is wrong with me? But I want you to slow that moment down because something very real is happening in that moment. And I want to tell you, my friend, it's not laziness. It's not lack of discipline. It's not that you don't care. Far from it. It's that your body doesn't feel safe enough to move. And I know that might sound strange at first because you're like, safe? It's just an email. What does safety have to do with that? But your body is not reacting to the task itself. It's reacting to what the task represents. Okay, now let's take that same email. On the surface, it's just typing words, right? But underneath that, your body might be holding, what if I say the wrong thing? Your body might be holding, what if they judge me? Your body might be holding, what if I don't sound smart enough? Your body might be holding, what if I disappoint them? And all of those thoughts, they don't just show up as thoughts, right? Sometimes it shows up as a pause. It shows up as a delay. It shows up as avoidance, right? So instead of moving forward, your body pulls you away. Not to sabotage you, no, but to protect you. You see, for me, I didn't even understand that for a long time on my journey. I mean, growing up in my life, I was always told, just do it, be disciplined, right? And for a while, I tried to force myself. I really did. I pushed my body through. I override my feelings. I did. Sometimes it worked. It really worked for me. But most times I saw that it actually made it very worse. Because now, not only was I not doing the task, I was also judging myself for not doing it. The double-edged sword. So now the task didn't just feel like a task. It started to feel like pressure. It started to feel like expectation. It started to feel like something I had to prove, right? And that made my body even resist more. Let's take another real life example, right? It's the evening. You're home. And you told yourself you're going to clean up around the house just a little, nothing major. Just a few things around the house. That's what you told yourself. So you stand up, you look around your house, and instead of starting cleaning up, you pick up your phone, right? And you scroll. Then you watch a video, maybe even something productive, right? And the whole time, there's this quiet voice in the background in your mind saying, I should be cleaning right now, right? So now you're not even resting. Now you're just stuck in between. And that in between space that your body feels stuck in, that's where this lives. Because it's not that you don't want to do the task. No. It's not that you want to scroll on your phone. No. It's that your body is trying to regulate something. And if you have spent so many years of your life in environments where things felt intense, where you had to be on point, where mistakes had consequences, where you had to get things right, your body over the years learned something. Your body learned that doing things comes with pressure. Right? That's what your body learned over the years. So now, even very small, minute tasks can feel like something bigger than life. I actually saw this a lot in my own life after I left the military in 2022, right? Because in the army, everything had a structure. There was clear expectations, there was clear outcomes, right? And when I transitioned out of the military, suddenly I had more time and freedom on my hands. But what I did not expect was my body was still operating like it was in that structured environment. Do you see, my friend? So even small things felt like they had weight. And I remember days where I would wake up and think to myself, I just need to do one thing today, right? And even that one thing felt too much. And again, I thought something was wrong with me for a very long time until I started paying attention to what was happening in my body in real time. That pause before starting, that slight tightness in the chest, that urge to check something else, right? That wasn't random. That was information that my body was giving to me in real time. I just had to pay attention. It was my body saying to me, this does not feel safe yet. That was information. And that shift for me did not come from forcing myself to do more. No. That shift for me came from changing how I related to that moment in real time. That's when the shift happened. And instead of telling myself, damn, why am I like this? I started asking, what is my body feeling right now? Right? That's it. Very simple, very neutral question. What is my body feeling right now? And sometimes I will just sit down there and notice what my body's feeling. Okay, my chest feels tight. Okay, my shoulders feel tense. Oh, okay, my breathing feels shallow right now. Just noticing it, not fixing it, not forcing it, just noticing what my body was experiencing in the present moment. And something interesting started to happen. The intensity of the resistance started to soften just slightly. It did not disappear, but it started to soften over time. And in that small softening, I could take one tiny step towards the task. Not finish the whole task. No, just one step. One small step. One micro step. I mean, I could open the email, write one sentence, pick up one item, and that for me mattered than forcing the whole damn thing. Do you see, my friend? Because what I was actually building was trust with my body. That is so key, my friend. Right? Now, let me give you another real life example. You're about to send a text message. You typed it out, you read it again and again and again. Excuse me. And your finger starts to hover the send button. And something in your body says, wait, right? So you don't send it. You don't send the text message. What you do, you edit the message, or you might even delete a sentence, or you might even rewrite the whole thing, right? And now it's been 10 minutes. That moment right there, my friend, that particular moment right there is the same thing. It's not about the text message. No, it's about the feeling in your body. That's what it is. And if you are not aware of the feeling in real time, you will constantly stay in that loop. Yes, you will constantly stay in that loop, adjusting, delaying, trying to get it right, make it be the perfect moment. But when you notice that feeling in real time, even for a few seconds, you automatically create space within your body. And in that space, my friend, there is choice. You can choose. Not perfectly, no. Not instantly, no. But gently, you start to choose in that space. That's the power of awareness. Now, I'm not saying this makes everything easy. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, you will still have days where things feel hard for you. For me, I still have days like that too on my journey. Days where even something small feels like an effort, right? But now in my journey, I don't make it mean something about me. No. I don't turn it into, damn, I'm lazy or I'm behind or I should be better. No, no, no. I don't do that anymore right now. Now I just see it as, okay, my body needs a moment, right? My body needs a pause. And sometimes that moment looks like taking an intentional pause, putting my feet on the ground, looking around the room I'm in physically very slowly, like it's my first time, letting my body register where I am at. Sometimes it looks like taking one deeper breath, not forcing it, just letting the deeper breath happen. Sometimes it looks like doing the smallest version of the task. Not the full thing, just the smallest version, just the entry point. Because here's what I want you to see, my friend. It's not that the task itself is hard. No. Mm-mm. It's that the moment before the task feels uncomfortable. That's what it is. And most of us have learned over the years to avoid discomfort. Right? So we avoid the task. That's exactly what's happening. So when you start to stay with that feeling in the moment, even briefly, that window, you begin to move very fucking differently. That's the power of awareness, my friend. Not from pressure, but from a little more ease you give yourself permission to feel. And over time, those small shifts, they start to add up. You know, over time, tasks that used to feel heavy as fuck for you, they start to feel just a little lighter. That's the power of noticing and being aware. Not because the task itself changed, but because your relationship with the task changed. That's the power of awareness, my friend. So the next time you find yourself sitting there looking at something you said you were going to do, and you feel that pause, instead of jumping to, why can't I just do this simple task? Right? Try something simpler, my friend. I'm inviting you to ask yourself, what am I feeling in my body right now? And just stay with that sensation and that feeling for a few seconds. That's the invitation today. And then take one small step. One. Not to prove anything, not to get it perfect, no. Right? But just to move. That's it. Because sometimes the hardest part is not the task itself. The most challenging part is feeling safe enough to begin. And once you begin, my friend, even in the smallest ways, your body starts to learn something new. Your body starts to learn this is okay. And that's how things starts to shift in your life. Not all at once, but gently, over time, consistently. And if you're in that space right now, my friend, where one small thing feels so damn hard to do, I will always remind you on this show, you're not broken. You're just in a moment where your body needs a little more safety before it starts to move. That's it. Just a little more safety. And that's something you can build. Yes, you can. One small step at a time. As always, my friend, I want to thank you so much for listening. I want to thank you so much for being here. And I'm sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Thank you.